All right, in this video, I'd like to talk about troubleshooting a downstream injector. A downstream injector, the lifeline of a downstream injector varies. You might have some that last a few weeks, and then you'll have some that'll last nearly a year. It really depends on you flushing out. That will be the main key ingredient as far as its longevity. But even if you flush it out every day after every job, you'll have some that might only last a couple weeks. So let's talk about what to do when you think one might be down, because sometimes it's just a matter of the arrow is not pointing in the right direction, or maybe the filter is clogged. But in this video, let's talk about the steps in order to diagnose a downstream injector. So you're spraying a surface, and all of a sudden you realize that no more soap is being pulled from the line. The first thing you want to do is you want to disconnect the gun. And we got the machine turned off for education reasons, but we're just going to simulate. You would take the gun off, and then you would turn the ball valve on, and you'll get like a medium stream. Again, I know the machine's not on, and that's so we're not disturbed from the noise, but you're just simulating that you've taken the gun off, and now you're just going to check it and see if you can pull soap this way. So you turn that valve about halfway and see if you can pull soap this way. If you can pull soap this way, then you know that over time the bleach has worn out the bearings inside of this, and so you just simply have to change the gun. Now, let's say you've taken the gun off and you've done the first test with the ball valve and it's still not pulling soap. So now we need to diagnose step number 2. You would come to the truck, and a lot of times you'll find that you just simply haven't turned your bypass to draw mode. So remember, to draw the soap, this will look like a T. To just draw only water so you get maximum flow, you would point it parallel. But to draw soap or bleach, that has to be at that T form. So if you check the gun and it's not the gun, now come back and check this. Also make sure that the arrow that you have is flowing in the right direction. So on this downstream injector, the water is running, you want to go in the flow of the water. So you want to make sure that the arrow, you won't be able to see it on the video, but there's an arrow here. You want to make sure that that's pointing towards the flow of the water. Very, very important to make sure that the arrow is pointed on. If you've been pulling soap, this won't be the case, but if you just swapped one out and it's not pulling, make sure that you got the arrow pointing in the right direction. And then last thing you want to check is actually your filter. Every now and then this will get clogged, and it'll block it from pulling soap. So just simply pull your filter out and make sure it's not clogged. Now, if you check the gun, you made sure you were in that T form, your arrow's pointing in the right direction, and your filter's not clogged up, then simply replace the downstream injector. I encourage all crews to always have one of these setups ready to go, because these can go out at a moment's notice without any warning. So if you've got another one ready to go, you just simply take this part off here, you disconnect here, put another one on. The whole process takes less than 2 minutes, and then you're back working again.